Welcome to the Balanced Blood Sugar Podcast, where we focus on everyday wellness for everyone. I'm Adrienne Wheat, a registered nurse, here to share tips, habits, and lifestyle shifts that can help you feel your best by stabilizing blood sugar and improving your overall health. Everything we discuss is designed for general health and routine education because everyone deserves to feel empowered with the right information. But I'm not your personal nurse, so make sure to check with your healthcare provider before making any changes. Let's dive into today's episode. Hi there, friends. Welcome back to the Balanced Blood Sugar Podcast. I'm Adrienne Wheat, your registered nurse turned wellness advocate, and today we're diving into a huge topic, managing stress and finding peace in the middle of your busy life. Now, I'm not going to give you some vague, unhelpful advice like just relax, because let's be real, when you're juggling a million things, that doesn't cut it. Instead, we'll dig into practical, science-backed techniques and my own tried and true strategies from my days as a floor nurse, and yes, including a few I came up with on those bathroom breaks that were few and far between. But here's why this topic matters so much. Chronic stress doesn't just make you edgy or tired. It keeps your body stuck in fight or flight mode, floods your system with stress hormones, and can lead to some serious long-term health impacts like inflammation, chronic disease, and blood sugar imbalances. That's why we're going to tackle this head on. And stick around to the end because I'm going to share a powerful reminder from Scripture that I think will leave you feeling inspired and grounded. So first, let's talk about what stress actually does to you. Remember that last stressful day you had when it felt like your heart was racing, your mind couldn't stop spinning, or maybe you even felt short of breath? That's how your body's fight or flight response kicks in. It's an incredible tool when you need to deal with danger, but in our modern world, it gets stuck on far too often. Stress floods your system with cortisol, which raises blood sugar, increases heart rate, and keeps your body ready to fight, which is fine if you're running from a bear, but not so great if you're just sitting at your desk or driving a carpool. Over time, these constant spikes can lead to inflammation, chronic fatigue, and burnout. So here's the thing we don't talk about often enough. When you're in fight or flight, your body isn't focused on healing. It's too busy trying to keep you alive from the bear. And that's why finding ways to turn it off, this stress cycle, is so important. Not just for your mental peace, but for your physical health too. It's about giving your body the green light to rest, repair, and thrive. So let's get practical. I'm going to share some of the strategies that help me manage stress during my busiest days as a nurse, and even now as a mom of a toddler, and some science-backed ones that can make a big difference in anyone's routine. So first up, one of my favorite ways to shake off stress is moving my body through dancing or singing. It's fun, it's silly, and it instantly gets me out of my own head where I'm usually spinning in all kinds of thoughts. Plus, movement actually releases endorphins, which help counteract stress hormones. For example, I would dance down the hallway between patient rounds on night shift. But you could put on some of your favorite upbeat worship music while you're making dinner and dance it out. If people look at you funny, that's just a bonus. But many times, my coworkers and family actually join in. More people equals more fun. And then it usually turns into a laugh fest, which is even better. So we just love dancing and singing around this house. Number 2, bathroom breaks. I mentioned this earlier, but deep breathing is a game changer, and it's something you can do anywhere, even during a quick bathroom break, at work or at home. You can try this by inhaling deeply for 4 counts, holding it for 7, and then exhaling slowly for 8. And I know this sounds weird. You're thinking, well, why don't I just take a deep breath? Well, this actually helps send signals to your brain that it's safe to relax, and it can be more effective than just deep breathing by yourself. Fun fact, studies have shown that deep breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is like the counterbalance to your fight or flight system. Number 3, we love nature walks and just being outside. Even just 5 minutes outside can lower your cortisol levels. One tip I love: step outside during your lunch break, even if it's just to breathe in some fresh air or sit by a window with natural light. Bonus points if you're near greenery. Forest bathing, grounding, and earthing are all great ways to get your body to relax. Here where we live, we have all kinds of winter. So we actually own some earthing mats that we connect inside, which can actually help us get some similar benefits, even though we're not able to go outside for a lot of the months of the year because it's so cold. So we have earthing mats that we have inside our home that you can put your bare feet on, and it can actually give you some similar effects. They're great ways to help your body to relax. We love visiting the conservation center near us when the weather is nice, but as we get into the colder seasons, it can be a little bit harder to get outside. But if you bundle up, get out for some fresh air even, that can help a lot. Number 4, progressive muscle relaxation. And I know that sounds complicated, but it's totally not. Progressive muscle relaxation is all about systematically tensing and relaxing your muscles, especially those places that you find you tend to hold tension. For example, clench your fists for 5 seconds and then release. Do this with your shoulders, with your neck, with your legs. It's incredibly effective at releasing built-up tension and helping you to realize when you're starting to hold on to tension in other situations so you can actively correct it and get your body to relax. Number 5, an at-home reset of lying on the floor. When I get home after a stressful day, or even during the day when I'm living the stay-at-home toddler mom life, sometimes I lay down on the floor or the couch and I just close my eyes and do some deep breathing exercises. There's something about physically grounding your body like that tells your brain it's okay to let go of the stress. And guess what? This technique is actually supported by research. Studies suggest that lying down helps your nervous system shift out of stress mode and into rest and digest. And this still even works if you've got toddlers or other littles crawling on top of you. Just breathe into what's happening and you can help your body to just chill out. Number 6, social connection. Now, do not underestimate the power of a 5-minute phone call to a friend, especially someone who encourages and uplifts you. Community is one of the ways that God designed us to recharge. And I know when I'm having a rough day or week, calling my best friend is just the prescription that I need, no matter what we talk about. Just knowing that you're not alone can make a world of difference and uplift your spirits. I know those are highlights of my week. And our final one, number 7, time blocking for priorities. Time blocking. Now, it's a whole lot more difficult for me with littles in the home, but for those of you who go to the office or, you've outgrown the little stage, when you can set clear boundaries for work, rest, God, and family time, it greatly reduces that constant feeling of being pulled in all directions. So you can start by planning just one non-negotiable you moment every day, even if it's only like 10 minutes. For me, I try to nab it with my coffee first thing in the morning or just laying under the covers while my toddler goes to play independently for the first few minutes of the day. That tends to be the time when she is able to play most actively and independently without me there. So I usually try and nab those first 5 to 10 minutes of the day for myself. And I also try to nab some after she's down for the night. Bonus is when she takes a nap. And that is golden time. But that's also usually focused work time for me, like when I sit here and record podcast episodes. But you just need to find what works for you. And what you do now might change later. But purposefully putting down on your calendar or putting down in your day some time blocked out just for you, it's so important. And I know some of you may be thinking, Adrienne, this sounds great, but I don't have the time. But here's the reality. These practices don't take hours. Most take under 5 minutes, and they can fit into your existing routine. And I know you may think, well, I feel guilty taking time for myself. Remember, your self-care is an investment in being the best version of yourself for others and for yourself. It's like the whole airplane thing. You put your own oxygen mask on first. Otherwise, you're going to pass out and be no help to anyone. So you might also be thinking, I forget to do these during the day. That's okay. Progress, not perfection. And you can set reminders on your phone or pair these things with things you already do, like stretching during Netflix or deep breathing at stoplights or in the bathroom. Okay, we're getting kind of long here, so I cannot emphasize enough how important this is. Managing stress isn't just a luxury. It is a health necessity. These small changes create space for your body to rest, heal, and thrive, just the way God designed it to, especially if weight loss is one of your goals. Cortisol, the stress hormone, basically, tells your body that it's not safe. It's not safe. If it's not safe, we're not going to lose any of this extra weight we got here. We may need it. So reducing stress is a huge, huge, huge benefit all around for everyone. And it's near impossible to heal your body or lose that weight if it's constantly inflamed and fighting the invisible enemy of stress. So make a commitment to yourself to invest in yourself and pick one of these things to try out this week. Now, before I go, I want to leave you with this beautiful passage. Philippians 4:6-7. Don't be pulled in different directions or worried about a thing. Be saturated in prayer throughout each day, offering your faith-filled requests before God with overflowing gratitude. When stress feels overwhelming, remember that you aren't carrying it alone. Take your concerns to God and let Him guide you towards His peace. And that practice of gratitude is totally in there for a reason. Science backs it up and says, practicing gratitude is one of the best ways to improve your health. So anyway, thank you for spending this time with me today. Try at least one of these practices and let me know how it goes. And don't forget that my revamped workshop is coming in January, and we'll dive even deeper into creating some small sustainable habits that can transform your health. So stay tuned for details, and don't forget to grab your free Get Started guide in the show notes to further help you jumpstart your health journey. Until next time, take a deep breath and let's go conquer the world.